On this path of life, this path of subjectivity, I can look back and I can say one of the most profound moments in my life is really when I gave astrology a chance. You see, from 9 years old till at least 22, 23 years old, I was going to be a basketball player. I was an athlete. I knew who I was. I knew where I wanted to go. I just knew. I knew enough. I didn't know everything, but I knew enough. I knew what I needed. And around 2008, 2007, I'm with my fiance at the time, and we were having our struggles. And she always liked to read and just, throw stuff at me and, go feedback. We had a good communication in that level. And I remember I'm at a point now where it's like, all right, I'm about to graduate college. I injured my leg. So a basketball career, even if I do pursue it, it's not going to be what I initially thought it was going to be. It's not going to be something that I can do for a long term. So it was kind of limbo coming in. And her and I's relationship, we're still in college. I'm getting ready to leave. This is my last year. And who knows what's going to happen. And I remember she starts throwing astrology out to me. And I remember I just always look at astrology like, yo, I don't believe in this. It's so whack, It's like, how can some horoscope, whatever these things on the newspaper, tell me about my life? And everything I've seen on it is whack. So I'm not even listening to it. I'm not even bugging on it. But this girl's my fiance. Let's listen. I'll listen to her. Let's check it out. You know what I mean? And I remember reading it, and it still wasn't budging. It still wasn't sitting right with me. At least my whole chart, my part, the horoscopes or the stuff from my part, it wasn't really resonating as much. But it was very interesting. It was very interesting that these things that you could pick a birthday and then surmise who you are just from your birthday. I was just like, all right, let me see you try this, try to tell me who I am. And it never really worked. But one thing that did really interest me was what it said about her. That's where it was kind of like, you might not have me right, but for some odd reason, you have her right. You have her right. And for that reason, I'm going to listen to you just a little bit more. And now looking back at it, it was like, small things are always the biggest things. Taking small steps can lead you towards deep rivers, or deep mountains, or deep peaks, deep valleys, or small steps open you up to big things. And although I didn't believe it completely, I believe what it said about her. And it kind of opened my eyes to, after that, I was like, you know what, maybe I don't know enough. I can't really judge something that I don't know enough. And funny enough, like I said, I was in a time of limbo. I'm leaving college. I'm opening up to a new venture in my life because basketball, what I thought was going to be, my future, was being taken away from me. So I was starting to be open towards, okay, what's next? I knew certain things, but I just didn't know enough. So I remember as our relationship, me and my fiance's at the time's relationship crumbled, I started looking like I need some clarity. I need some type of direction. And so I gave astrology an even better chance. Because I was everywhere else I was looking, there was nothing that was giving me advice. Nothing really knew me. Nothing really can resonate with who I was inside. So like I said, I gave astrology a chance. And as I started digging deeper, I started learning so much more about it, so much more about myself. And it became like drugs, man. It kind of filled the gaps. It was like I lost basketball. I lost my love of my life at that time, quote unquote. but I gained a new love. I gained a new passion. And it was very interesting because astrology kind of helped me out to point me into the direction that I've been going for, a quarter of my life now. And it's simply because these dates and times offer glimpses into who I am and how who I am can benefit and work with the world around me. I learned things about my life. I learned things about others that people would never verbally tell you. You know? And it's got to open up many doors. I'd love to go deeper into how astrology works, and I'll definitely do that in other videos. But I can say it's just like understanding that there's more to life than just what's the surface level, what everybody speaks about, what everybody's subjective about. There's more to life than what you see on the mainstream. It's like there's a connection between literally everything. There's a connection between that moon moving around at a certain time, and you and your child being born on a certain day, or things that happened 60 years before you were born and how that's affecting you today, and how what you're doing today is affecting people 200 years from now. It's an awesome thing. And I guess where I'm going at is that I've gone from a place of confusion, a place of depression, a place of isolation, now to a place of confidence, a place of peace, a place of direction, a place of understanding, just from embracing the unknown, just from embracing the fact that life is more subjective than it is objective. See, objectivity has always been, like I said, I can see when I see somebody's obituary, they were born on this day, they died on that day. The life that they lived in between is subjective. It was their truth. The only fact that I can know for observable fact is the fact that they were born on this day, they died on that day. You can say other things, you know, hey, his son was born there, or he didn't do this, or he didn't do that. But you never really understand what people feel, what people are going through. Because that's all subjective. And I think that's where the meaning of life really is. It's super subjective. And astrology really helps you understand how it all plays together.